Hi, my name is Trisha. Today we are going to begin a three-part lunge series. Today is going to be level 1, which is going to be an introduction to the perfect lunge, just focusing on that perfect form and technique. Level 2 will build on that, adding in some more challenges, and then level 3 will be the last in the series, and that will obviously be the most challenging of them. So we're going to get started. Just like with any other video, make sure you are cleared, ready for exercise, and we're going to get into it. We're going to start with a stretch. So first, for the stretch, we're going to actually get into an exaggerated lunge step. If you're familiar with yoga, this is a common stretch. It's that runner's lunge. So we're going to get into that long step. This front knee, I'm on my left knee first, is bent, and I'm going to really focus on straightening that back leg in the back, okay? So to do that, I'm going to lock my quad, meaning I'm going to flex it to create that straight leg. So what you want to be feeling now is that front glute and the back quad, and this is going to set us up the foundation for lunges, because when we actually do the lunge position, that's exactly what you want to feel, is the front leg glute working and the back leg quad is working. From here, we're going to extend that front leg, we're going to rise up, push that back leg down, and now we're getting a good stretch in that left hamstring. We're going to rotate back and forth, come forward again, straighten out that back leg, and kick back, pushing that back heel to the ground. Now we're getting that front hamstring, and we're just going to rotate between this position, these two positions, warming the legs up and getting the body primed for those perfect lunges. Again, make sure you're locking that leg in the back. Push back. We're going to do one more on this side. When you do stretch forward, I'm going to take my hand out of the way. Make sure you're not coming here. That knee, you never want to shoot forward. We always want knee over the ankle, creating that 90-degree angle. And kick back, step together. I'm going to switch legs. Now right leg is in front, that left leg is going to go back. I'm going to get set up. Again, you can see knee directly over ankle, leg is back. I'm going to lock that quad. We'll hold it here for a little bit, making sure now that right glute is working and the left quadricep. Kick back, drop that back heel, feel that front hamstring. Rock forward, making sure to not go too far forward. Always getting that knee over the heel. Let's hold this stretch and kick back. Rock forward, keeping that leg nice and locked in the back. Kick back. We're going to go two more. And extend back. One more. Focusing on the muscles that should be working here. And extend. Nice. Come on up. Shake those legs out. So that stretch is going to be a good foundation for exactly what we want to focus on. When you're in a lunge position, we always want to be feeling the front glute and the back quad. Common problem with lunges, people will often feel just their quadriceps after a lunge workout. Those thighs are firing, they're dominating. So we want to tweak the form a little bit, making sure we are actually going to utilize that front glute more than anything. So to start off with, we're going to do static lunges, meaning we're not going to move. We're just going to do lunges in place. I'm going to show you from the side so I can demo exactly the form I want. Left leg's going to come forward, right leg back. I'll get into the appropriate leg length, okay? It'll make more sense when we go down. Left leg in front, right leg in back. Make sure both toes are pointed forward. Now what I'm going to do for this static lunge, I'm going to drop down and I'm going to come up, and that's the motion. Drop down, come up. Now form, what I'm looking for. When you go down, you want two 90-degree angles. So I formed this 90-degree angle here, knee over the heel. I've also formed it on that back leg, okay, 90-degree angle, and I come up. When I drop down, my focus is that left glute and right quadricep coming up. Drop that leg straight to the ground, come straight up. I drop straight down, and I come up. I'm going to go one more on this side and come up. Now, I'm going to switch legs, and I'm going to switch positions facing you to go over a couple other cues. So now right leg's forward. You can see it from this angle. Left leg back. Another thing to really focus on is making sure both toes are pointed straight on. So when you go down, everything is in alignment. Sometimes due to calf ankle flexibility, sometimes that back foot wants to kind of shift around. Whether you can be up on that heel or not, sometimes that foot just gets a little wonky back there and wants to shift. So let me show you the problem with that. If my toe, my back toe isn't pointed straight, and now I go into a lunge, look at where my knee goes. Okay, your knee is gonna follow that toe. So if I'm not like that, now I've created this kind of weird angle. I'm putting some extra torque on that back knee. That's not good, okay? So make sure toe is straight, and I go down and up. Again, this front knee stays right over that front ankle. I have a vertical shin. That's another cue that you can monitor on yourself. That shin is vertical, 90-degree angle, and come up. Good. So a couple other notes on form, okay? As far as the length of your stride in that lunge step, it's gonna depend on a couple things. It's gonna depend on your flexibility, okay? A lot of hamstring and hip flexors, depending on how long that stride can get. It also is dependent a little bit on leg length. So, more importantly though, is when you get into this position and you go down, the most important thing is you're able to hit those 90-degree angles, okay? So that's gonna determine your leg length. Let me show you what happens if my legs get too extended. So if I try to go really long and over-exaggerated, and I take this leg really far back, now what's gonna happen is I'm not gonna be able to hit those angles. So I might try to bend my knee, okay? And I'm kind of just shifted weirdly. So this knee, because I'm so long, I can't get that back knee to a good 90-degree angle, okay? I'm here, so I'm not getting all the range of motion that I'm looking for, and I'm not fully getting that 90-degree angle in the back. That's where you don't wanna be too long. Now, if I'm too short in a stride, okay, say I'm here, the tendency is to go too far forward. So see, now I've lost that 90-degree angle at the front knee. My knee is too far forward over my toe, which again, we don't want. It's gonna put a lot of strain on that knee. So after static lunges, if you've worked on those, we're now gonna advance over to reverse lunges. So I always like to encourage reverse lunges before advancing to a forward lunge. So reverse lunge, I'm gonna start with my left leg forward. Okay, well, feet together, but my left leg's gonna stay here. I'm gonna step back with my right, drop to the ground, propel up to start. Staying on this leg, right leg goes back, drop down, propel forward. Step back, find that good length that you want, 90-degree angle, drive forward. Step back. When you're down here, you wanna think about pushing the ground away with that front leg. I'm gonna use this glute to propel my hips forward. Drop down 90 degrees, propel forward. Here we go. We're gonna go 3 more, working front glute, back quadricep, 2 more, and propel up, 1 more here, and propel forward. Good. Shake those legs out. I'm gonna face you on this side, reverse lunges, but now the right leg is gonna stay still. I'm gonna step back with my left. So if you are new to lunges and you're just having trouble getting that balance down, what I would encourage you to do is have something by your side, whether it's a chair, whether it's a table, something that you can hold on to, because it's most important to get the right muscle groups working. So if you're just having trouble even balancing, grab something to hold on to. Get that perfect balance, get that mind-body connection, so now you're actually feeling the muscles you should be feeling, namely the front glute and the back quad. Okay, reverse lunges. I'm gonna start together. My right leg's gonna stay here, left leg back, 90 degrees, and come together. Toes stay forward, and I'm gonna now propel up with that right glute, driving my hips up. You'll feel that back quad getting that good stretch. We got 4 more on this side, and I'm gonna propel forward. Good, 2 more to go. 90-degree angle and up. 1 more, 90-degree angle and up. Shake those legs out while you're resting a little bit. The other problem that is often happening with lunges is the torso gets out of whack. So sometimes people will not have the upright torso they want, and they often get a little too bent over, which has to do with some core stability. Okay, but you don't want to be bent over like this. You also don't want to overcompensate and go down and you're like back like this, hyperextended. You don't want that either. Okay, that's going to kind of put too much pressure on your low back. So what you want to think about when I step back into that reverse lunge, it's almost like a squat. My hips are going to naturally go back as I go down, and I kind of create this 45-degree angle with my torso. So you just want to have a natural bending at the waist. As that leg goes down, my hips will kick back slightly. So I have this 45-degree angle at the torso, 90 degrees at each knee, and I'm fully engaged, okay? So major things to think about. Obviously that knee, you'll hear me say it, 90-degree angle, knee over heel, vertical shin, all those things to think about. Toes staying forward, nice and straight, staying in alignment, and then keeping that torso in that good, happy medium 45-degree angle. Okay, we're gonna do another set of reverse lunges. We're gonna hit 10 in a row on each, focusing on that form, feet together, and here we go. Step back, step together, step back, step together. Good, 90 degrees, all the way through. Perfect. Toes stay forward. 5 more on this side. Good. 2 more to go. And this is 10. Drive it forward. Good. We're going to switch legs. Right leg stays, left leg kicks back. Drop it down, 90 degrees. Good. Pushing up through that right glute now. Halfway. Good, 3 more to go. And 1 more, this is 10. Drive it forward, good. Shake those legs out a little bit. I always encourage people to start either with static lunges, which we did at first, staying in place, just going down and up, and then reverse lunges. Before going to a forward lunge, meaning I'm gonna step forward. We'll get to those in level 2. And the reason for that being, it's easier to control the knees with a reverse lunge rather than a forward, where people's momentum takes that knee too far forward over the toe. Okay, we're gonna go 1 more round of reverse lunges, make sure we have it fully mastered, and then that will be the end of our level 1 introduction to lunges. And then obviously stay tuned for some harder challenges coming up in level 2. Last set here, feet together. I'm gonna keep my left foot forward, 10 on each side. Step back, together. Get that mind-body connection here where you're feeling the left glute working and the right quad working. If you feel this quad, that's okay. You will feel it a little bit, but you wanna sink those hips back so you're feeling this glute. 1 more on this side, and together, good. We're gonna step back, right foot is forward, left leg back. If you want to, it sounds weird, but it works. Actually go ahead and touch back there on your glute. Make sure it's tightening at the point you want it to tighten. Make sure that's what you're feeling, that's what's working. Sometimes if you just feel that muscle, it kind of kicks in, you get that mind-body connection you want. 10 more reps, right leg forward, step back, together, create those 90-degree angles. This glute is working. My right glute is what's propelling me forward. I'm pushing the ground away strong. Coming up. We got 3 more on this side. 2 more. And this is the last one. Propel forward, come to center, stretch it out. Okay, we're gonna do a little quad stretch here. Okay, you should feel this thigh. If you want to, reach that arm up, a little balance check there. Getting those quads nice and stretched out. Make sure to always stretch effectively also after lunges, because if you get too tight in the quads or the hip flexors or the hamstrings, of course, it will limit your range of motion for effectively doing that lunge that you want. So I'd always encourage you to get a good stretch session in, or a foam rolling. If you've watched my foam rolling video, that's a great one to hit before or after any of these lunge videos. Release that. We're gonna go wide stance here, and we're gonna get these hamstrings stretched out. Reach down, take some deep breaths right here. Coming up nice and slowly. Now we're gonna hit a hip flexor stretch up in here. So one of the best stretches for this, we're gonna go down almost in a little bit of a lunge, but you're on the knee. I'm gonna turn to the side just a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push this back hip forward. It's like I'm pulling my belly button to this knee, and I'm gonna drive this hip forward. Now I'm feeling upper thigh into that hip flexor. You don't have to lean back super far, and you also don't have to go into this exaggerated lunge. I can keep that perfect angle at the front knee. All I have to do is just drive those hips forward like I'm pulling my glute underneath me, and now I get that good stretch in this back hip flexor. If these are tight, which they often are on the majority of people, it will impact the range of motion you're getting in squats and lunges for sure. So this is a good stretch to hit after any leg routine. We're gonna switch legs. Right leg comes up. I'm gonna keep that good angle. I'm gonna drive my left hip forward. And now I wanna be feeling that left upper quad hip flexor stretching out. One more deep breath. And release. Come on up tall, shake those legs out. I want to thank you for joining me today. This was level 1 of the 3-part lunge series. So join me next time for level 2. Have a great one. Thank you.